A very warm welcome to Smell the Coffee. This is the Friday edition. I am Aina alongside Glenora. Happy Friday and thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I like we're twinning. We didn't plan this, by the way, guys. We decided to arrive and representing the NTV team. I'm very well, babe. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, what's the weekend vibe? What are the plans for the weekend? It's graduation season. I know a lot of parties are happening this weekend and so forth.
Are you attending some? Do you know somebody who's getting
I'm actually
graduated?
hosting a graduation party for my cousin. So I'm excited for that.
What are we having? A lawyer?
Yeah, we're having a lawyer.
What? We have a lot of lawyers, actually. I also have a lawyer.
And we're about to have lots of lawyers with education being free. But
oh my goodness. Can we start there? Can we start there, guys? Me, I was celebrating yesterday. I'm just thinking maybe I can even get another course. You know, I told you I'm going back to school this year and I am back in school. So it's good to know that next year, I don't need to sell a cow. So I'm quite excited. The memes around it are also hilarious. People are saying, apparently some kids are calling UNAM or NAST, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to put my degree on hold until next year.
Oh, so when next year
it's free.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So we're not going to do this year. We're just going to put it on hold, and then next year we continue when it's free. But it's really a move in the right direction. I actually never knew that universities can be free until I traveled when I was in Europe, and everyone was like, no, what are you talking about, funding for school? What is that? That was not a conversation to be had. And it turns out universities are free, not necessarily, I don't know where else in Africa it's free, but there are parts in the world where this is, a norm, and I'm so happy that we're moving into that direction.
Okay. I have opinions, but I would rather not air them on these platforms regarding that. But, oh well, I guess it is a new dawn.
It's a new dawn.
Yeah.
It's a step in the right direction. Obviously, we don't know what the future holds, and, if it's possible even. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So there's a lot of also fear amongst the youth that I've picked up, that they're afraid to enjoy this fully because they're like, what if it's not possible? But I would say if it's possible, I'm really excited for it. And also, not only that, but I'm also in school and I see how this affects me as well. Because I think you and I were doing budgets this year and you're like, I need to save up this much so that by the end of the year I can pay this much to my school. So it's still a step in the right direction. So yeah.
I think for me it's kind of like an answered prayer also, because I think in Feb I was praying and I was saying to God, how am I going to pay my school fees for the next 3 years? And then partially my parents offered to help me out. And then now I'm seeing now for the next 2 years it might be free for all of us. I hardly doubt it's going to be free for what I'm doing, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see next year when we cross there.
Yeah,
I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes next year during registration periods, and I feel like also maybe the change is too abrupt. Maybe it was supposed to be introduced gradually.
Yeah,
but
we'll see. What it is. Yeah,
we'll see academic year 2026. And on that note, we will be right back shortly.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Now, starting us off in our first story, in a story that I would say, Diana would say, is giving end of times. Now, the Royal Thai Police have unveiled the country's first AI-powered police robot, officially named AI Police Cyborg 1.0, also known as Police Colonel Nakhon Pathom Plot Pai, during the annual Songkran Festival in Nakhon Pathom Province. Designed to enhance public safety at large-scale events, the humanoid-style robot combines artificial intelligence and facial recognition to monitor crowds and identify potential security threats. Developed in collaboration with Provincial Police Region 7, Nakhon Pathom Provincial Police, and the Nakhon Pathom Municipality, the stationary robot features 360-degree video surveillance capabilities powered by 3 wide-angle cameras integrated into its head and torso. These cameras aggregate footage from nearby CCTV networks and drones, which is then processed by onboard AI to detect aggressive behavior, unauthorized access, and concealed weapons. Notably, the robot is programmed to distinguish between actual threats and harmless objects, such as water guns, commonly used during Songkran festivities. All video and sensor data is transmitted in real time to a provincial command and control center. Facial recognition capabilities enable the robot to scan individuals and cross-reference their identities against law enforcement databases. If a match is detected, alerts are sent to officers for rapid intervention. However, the robot is not mobile. It is mounted on a wheeled platform and cannot navigate or physically interact with its surroundings. Now, the deployment reflects Thailand's broader push to adopt biometric and AI-powered surveillance technologies. Earlier in 2025, the government rolled out a biometric system to track undocumented migrant workers, signaling its commitment to digital identity, infrastructure for national security, and administrative control. I mean, this is just, I don't know, do you think this is the future for all of us, where we actually have the police that are, you know, AI robots? That's
I think that's what we are going towards, and yeah, what can we say? What can we do?
And you know, it's very funny that because most people here have sort of warrants of arrest because of traffic tickets, traffic fines that you know, they forgot to pay and whatnot. So imagine having a robot like this walking around. It will detect a lot of like, oh yeah, you didn't pay your traffic ticket, you didn't do this.
I think that's needed. That's necessary.
That's necessary. Yeah, because most people only pay once they are stopped by traffic or whatever, and they're like, okay, we'll go pay
I'll
for
go
it.
pay.
Yeah, so very interesting, very interesting. But do let us know in the comments what you guys think of this. The future is looking very AI-led, and most people have fears around that. And some are like saying, no, I think AI is here to make our lives easier. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, moving over to some local entertainment news. As Afrotech previously told you, in early 2024, the Cowboy Carter artist launched Sacred, a science-backed and self-funded healthcare brand that was 6 years in the making, with inspiration from her mother Tina Knowles' salon. Its products cater to all hair types and include a clarifying shampoo, scalp scrub, moisturizing deep conditioner, and restoring hair and edge drops, which reach its first year projections in just 1 month. And this is according to WWDid. So if you don't know who we are talking about, we are talking about Beyonce's hair care line, which is called Sacred. It's recently launched at Ultra Beauty. Now, Sacred secured a retail deal with Ultra Beauty, bringing its product to 1,400 Ultra Beauty stores starting 6th of April 2025. A party was held at Ultra Beauty, Westwood, California, Los Angeles to celebrate its launch, with Beyonce sharing kind words. I grew up in a hair salon, as most of you guys know, with my mother, and this was our dream, Beyonce said at the event, according to Glossy. Our team worked so hard, so professional, with so much heart, so much creativity, and we put nothing but all our heart and love into every detail, from the packaging to the science. We are celebrating diversity, and we are celebrating lifting all hair types up. We are celebrating this sacred Sunday because this is truly a sacred Sunday for all of us. In a news release by Kezia Stillman, the CEO of Ultra Beauty, launching Sacred exclusively at Ultra Beauty is an exciting milestone, both of us, and a reflection of our commitment to partner with brands that work for everyone. From our inclusive brand assortment and best-in-class service to passionate associates delivering unmatched experiences on our sales floor and in our salon chairs, we offer the perfect landscape to introduce the brand in a unique and engaging way. We are honored to co-create a vision that will delight our guests and drive success for both of our businesses. Now, we are beyond thrilled to welcome this brand to Ultra Beauty stores and salon, allowing beauty lovers everywhere to discover their sacred routine. Now, this actually could be Ultra Beauty's largest launch period in history, because I have a little fun fact for you. Stillman said, according to Glossy, I have been checking sales a little bit, and just our e-commerce sale today alone have already doubled what we thought we would do the entire week. So they're saying that, you know, Sacred is already sold out within,
Wow.
the
And you know,
few hours that it
interesting
launched.
fact is, I saw this a few years back. I think, when was it? When, I don't remember nicely what the event was with Beyonce, but she did like a YouTube short or something like that. But that's actually her real hair. It just they straighten it out or whatever. Maybe sometimes they put something else, but I saw her real hair, like just and whatever products she's using, clearly it's working. That's my point with this. So I've seen her natural hair without them straightening it or whatever, and I'm just like, wow, she has really long hair. And you would think that there's somebody who's probably using wigs all the time. Not that I'm saying that she doesn't, but her real hair, it looks like, I was just like, wow, by it. So if she has a beauty product in this range, and it's something that she's probably practiced with, and she's tried different products or different whatever elements, I think we can trust it. No wonder it's sold out.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good, I would say, try as many hair products as you want. Try as many beauty products as you can, so you find which one works for you and you stick with it.
And you stick with
because
it.
not everything is gonna work for you.
Yes.
You would use Sacred and it doesn't work for your hair.
Exactly.
You would use Revlon and it doesn't work for your hair. Dark and Lovely wouldn't work for your hair. So you need to try as many as possible, so you find what exactly is suitable for your hair texture and so forth and so on. But anyway, on that note, congratulations to Beyonce. We will be right back with an exciting interview. Stick around.
So our guest today, she is Leanne. Join us, Leanne.
Hello, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, so how are you feeling today, Leanne?
I mean, I'm very excited. I mean, I feel like I'm excited to get to know you more and for you to get to know me more.
No.
Do some cooking.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well. You're such a beautiful soul. So far as I've seen, I've been very excited for this episode. I'm also more excited for what we're making today, Leanne.
Yes.
Tell us what you're making.
So we're making a pretty basic girl chicken salad, but keeping it interesting, keeping it colorful, and keeping it healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. All the colors that they say, like a really good healthy meal should have all the colors. The
Yeah.
more color, the better, right? I think I've heard something like that.
Yes.
So
The more color, the better, and the better it looks, the better it tastes. kind of. Your eyes eat before your tummy eats.
Oh, that's a good way to put
Unfortunately.
it. That's a good way to put it. But yes, Leanne, will you tell us a bit more about who you are? I did mention that you're a model and an influencer, but there's more, you guys. Yeah.
So currently for the last 2 years, I've been working on the super yachts as a stewardess. And I mean, it's been an incredible journey. I've been going around all of Europe, been traveling all around, making good money, working really hard, but very exciting, very good job. And yeah.
That does sound very exciting. It sounds like you feel very fulfilled in this job.
I mean, I get to experience all the cultures, I get to travel around, I get to make money, I get to take care of myself. And, you know, coming from not really having much to then all of a sudden being able to give yourself everything you've ever wanted, it's just a massive accomplishment for me.
I totally get that. Like, as a girl, I totally get it. Being able to do those things that you always dreamt of, right? One thing that I want to do, growing up, I couldn't always afford all the nicest Barbie dolls, for example, like the nicest toys. So I told myself one day I'll buy myself all the really nice Barbie dolls.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
It's that deep, when you can afford for yourself, some of these Barbie dolls, $1,000-something for a Barbie doll.
I mean, growing up, not really being able to get everything you wanted, like most people do, and then being able to do it for yourself heals a bit of your inner child. It heals so much of your inner child, and yeah.
That is so true.
I'm very grateful to have everything that I have today.
Amen to that. Okay, it's amen to that, and let's eat. Let's start cooking. Yeah, but first off, I do want to thank our sponsors of today. That is Kitchen 82, where we're standing today, Namib Mills. And we have a nice fresh loaf of bread. This is part of our ingredients list. You guys will see what we're doing with this. So what do you want us to start with?
I mean, we can start chopping up the bread in little squares for the croquettes.
Okay, the croquettes, that's what we're making with that.
So we're making croquettes first. Maybe, what pan are we using to?
Okay, so I will we'll just grab that. We'll just grab a pan just now. I'll quickly grab a pan, then we can start with that. We need, Thank you so much, George. George is the best, you guys. Our cameraman, he's the one. But tell me. I've been very curious about your experience on the yachts. First off, what do you do on the yachts? What is your role? Occupation, if that makes sense.
Okay, so working on a yacht, it's mostly service, being hostess. You're basically doing housekeeping. Every role, every position has a different role, and you all have a schedule. It's very military style work. There's no room for mistakes. You cannot really mess up. You need to be very careful, and it's 7-star everything. So it's very high level training on service, silver service, everything.
Wow.
Just do the max. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so you basically have to be on your A game, it's
all the time.
excellent.
Everything needs to be perfect all the time.
And it has me thinking about, how people just think being, for example, being a stewardess, it's easy, you just sit there and look pretty and you just,
no.
But my goodness, it's almost for a housewife, homemaker. You're working throughout. You don't get a break. You're just busy.
No, you're 24/7 on call. When you're working on a yacht, especially if you have guests on board, if you have a charter boat, it gets quite hectic, and you're really working 24/7. You're on call all the time, constantly catering to the guest needs, constantly keeping them happy. And as stewardess, we like to call ourselves cleaning fairies and glorified cleaners. We're like a glorified, literally.
I love that.
Because you need to be in and out without them noticing, and everything needs to be perfect all the time. So, yeah, it gets a lot, but there's a reason why we get paid a lot. And at least when it gets too tough, I can look outside the window and see the beautiful Mediterranean.
Oh, that's amazing. You know, I'm curious, like, what is for you, like, the most interesting experience that you've had so far on, like, during work on the yachts, that you're like, oh my gosh, if I'd not been here today, I would never have experienced this. I don't know if I would have. You get what I mean?
Yeah, so funnily enough, my last boat that I was on, the wife's owner, the owner's wife, the owner's wife, the owner's wife, me and her really got along, and the one night she took me out to go to Pacha in Ibiza, and it was my first
Pacha.
time in Ibiza. It's a
Okay.
club,
Okay.
but I just thought this was so like crazy. I was spending our day there looking around, being like, I'm with my boss in a club, in like the #1 club in the world.
Wow.
And just having a great time. Of course, the next day of work was really, really hard. I didn't have any
really
sleep. I was literally surviving.
Wow.
But yeah, I got to see a lot of beautiful places and experience a lot of things.
Oh, that's surreal.
Yeah.
It has me thinking. It's almost like you have to kind of. It's like you have to be professional. This is your occupation, but you also have to be so social, and
Yeah.
you have to be so human at the same time to
You
like
have
really
to-
relate and connect with
Yes.
people.
Your communication skills and people skills really need to be at the very top when
Yeah.
you're working in yachting. I mean, you're constantly around them, you're living on the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the charters can last as long as 3 months. So you have them 3 months with you, morning till night, non-stop. You don't get one day off.
Wow.
You're constantly around them. So
Oh,
you
wow.
either get along with them really well and you know how to keep your professional, personal relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
or you just have a sucky time at work and you're constantly
Yeah.
stressed or
Oh
you
my
don't get along.
gosh.
I was lucky enough to really get along with all of my previous owners and
Oh,
their
that's
families.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and you're stuck on the boat the whole time.
Literally,
no
you're
going,
stuck.
no running away.
When you're there, you need to, even when you're having a bad day, you just put a smile on it. If they're like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
you can still walk, you can still clean, you're good to go.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it. Yeah.
No, I really admire that. I respect, like, it takes so much resilience. You develop so much self-development. Like, you become so grounded. You as a person,
Yeah.
it's a lot of inner work that I'm seeing there.
No, for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's very challenging working at such a high pace and such a high level of service all the time and
Yeah.
keeping people happy. You're not always lucky to have the nicest people around you as well, and
Yeah.
they don't always feel the need to treat you,
That's true.
you know, in a good way. But we also have training. Everyone who works on a yacht, on a good yacht, has
Yeah.
professional training on how to deal with these guests, how to deal with every situation.
Yeah.
So I guess it's all about not taking it personal and keeping it professional, keeping a smile on your face, and
That's
keep it
true.
going.
No, that's very key. Like, that is a golden nugget right there. And before we get more golden nuggets from you, we're gonna take a quick break. I think we're gonna gather, like, start up with the chicken. I'm gonna say the kitchen. Start up with the chicken and everything,
with the chicken.
and then we will see you guys again just now after the break.
Well, that is all the time we had for you for this edition of Smell the Coffee. Catch us Monday, same time, same place, live only on NTV at 8 a.m.